Here we go, it's two in a row.
Welcome back, guys. Fog Football here with a Scottish Cinch Premiership season preview for the 2022-2023 season. A lot of people saying this is the first time in a decade we don't know where the league title is going, which is true, but you could also say we don't know where anything is going. It could be a very competitive league. Who's going to finish fourth? Who's going to finish in the top six? Who's going to get relegated? Well, I think we all know the answer to that, because Motherwell are absolutely fucking shite. But with that said, we are going to go through and rank where we think this year's teams will finish between 12th and 1st place. Now, with that said, I've got my list in front of me. I don't know how exactly we're going to do it, because if you and me don't agree, then how the fuck can we rank them?
Because we can rank them, because we'll agree.
We'll agree to disagree.
We'll discuss it and then we'll be like, alright, fair enough.
Alright, that works for me. Up first, coming in, well, I say up first. Up last, coming in last place, coming in 12th place, the new soon-to-be championship side. I'm going to go with the Saints, St Johnstone. Didn't think I'd ever be putting St Johnstone this low after, I mean, it's just over a year ago they recorded that tremendous cup double. That'll never be done again, in my opinion, for a club the size of St Johnstone. But since then, it's been a downward spiral. They've lost their best players in every single transfer window since then. At the start, it was Ali McCann that they lost. Then even this season, they've lost considerable amount of players, including Sander Clark left on a free. You had Ambrose leave, Craig Bryson leave. Lots of players left. Pretty much everybody fucking left. Sean Rooney left. Callum Hendry left.
And I wouldn't say they've recruited well.
No, I mean, I look at the recruitment and who have they brought in? Like, old man Anthony Considine, who easily could have retired, but they brought him in for Aberdeen. Dre Wright, who couldn't get a game at Hibs.
Jamie Murphy, he's done.
Jamie Murphy, yeah, I think Jamie Murphy's best days are behind him. I mean, I'm looking at the signings, and I think the best signing they've brought in is Adam Montgomery on loan for Celtic, who I think is an okay player, but is he going to be enough to keep St Johnstone up? In my opinion,
no chance in hell. I also went with St Johnstone 12th in my list, even though since then Motherwell have sacked manager and got pumped at the Conference League, but I did predict that, so not really much changing. I just feel like Motherwell get a bit of a bounce and therefore won't finish 12th. But St Johnstone, I think big Callum Davidson, I think he will get sacked as well.
He's a legend. Like, I mean, what he done will never be forgotten, and he deserves all the credit for that. But since then,
but it's like the same light like Claudio Ranieri. Claudio Ranieri's pish, but at the end of the day, he won the Premier League with Leicester.
But I think I'm not. That's shite on Hendry.
Henry.
Callum Davidson.
Callum Henry. Fuck's Callum Henry.
That Ranieri one was a fluke. I'm not going to waste 5-10 minutes ranting about Claudio Ranieri, but the guy.
Yes, but can you see why people think it's similar, maybe?
Nah, Leicester's revival started before he even joined.
Nigel Pearson. Anyway, 11th place.
Unless your head was in the sand, then you wouldn't have seen Nigel Pearson's.
It's pretty iconic, like 8 years out of date, but still remember it.
Oh well, there you go. Anyway, it's like iconic from Callum Davidson, but unfortunately, you know what? I mean, I remember a lot of people were saying, let's get Callum Davidson to replace Steve Clark. I mean, really? Does anyone still think that should happen?
Nope.
Maybe replace Steve Clark, but not be Callum Davidson. Anyway, let's move on to 11th place, the playoff relegation position. You don't want to finish here, but at the same time, finishing here doesn't guarantee you to go down. You can still survive via the playoff system. And I've went with Motherwell.
I've also went with Motherwell.
The reason I went with Motherwell is, A, they're fucking shite. B, they had a shite manager. And C, now they've got no manager. So, honestly, this is a team that had zero form towards the end of last season. And
their team's just not that good.
No, their team is not that good. I mean, you take Liam Kelly and Stephen O'Donnell out this Motherwell side, and it is bang average. It's a championship level squad. And I think Motherwell will be in trouble this season. Depending on who they bring in, I could maybe change my mind. But even then, I think if they brought in a manager that I thought was good, I think he would still need a few signings in the window, and I just don't know if Motherwell are going to go out.
Yeah, and it's not like they're going to go in and bring in a load of talent, like, is it?
No. So yeah, I'm going to go Motherwell.
Because if you notice, like, Scottish clubs, they normally bring players in on frees, and people who don't have a club and are on frees have been snatched up already.
Yeah, I mean, when you get to the last day of the window, you're more often than not, you're actually paying for players.
Or a loan. And Motherwell, they're done. 11th. And you know what? I think they'll probably go down in the playoff.
Yeah, I mean, I could easily switch them with St Johnstone. But I just think Motherwell have got a slightly
No,
better
but see,
squad.
if you look at it, it's like I gave Arbroath no chance against who are Arbroath playing? Who was it?
Inverness.
I am Inverness. Like I gave Arbroath. I just thought they had no chance when they were going to play in that game. But if you compare it to like Sligo and Arbroath, if Sligo can pump Motherwell, why couldn't Arbroath pump them in a playoff?
Very true. Right, are we moving on here?
Aye, we're moving on. 10th place.
I went St Mirren.
I also went St Mirren.
I think this will be the last time we ever see the Paisley Panda. Well, not the last time we ever see him, but I think it's.
Is he going to hang himself?
Well, no, but I don't think we'll be seeing him next season. Well, actually, no. 10th keeps you up.
I know what the fuck are you on
I'm
about.
talking shit. The Paisley Panda lives. St Mirren, I think they'll be down the bottom towards. I think the whole season they'll just flounder at the bottom, but I think they'll pick up more points.
I think for the simple fact is they're just not as shite as the other.
Yeah, I think they'll pick up more points than Motherwell and the Saints, but I think they've got a wee bit of firepower up front. I look at Eamon Brophy. I think he will score goals. And who else have they got? They've got the former who's that guy who plays up front to them? Fuck.
Who are we thinking about here? Former what?
Nice. He's played for a few clubs. Name me strikers. Shite ones.
I know who you're on about, but I fucking don't know his
It's got
name.
like just a generic name. It's
I know.
like Wood or something. It's like
No, it's not Wood.
no, I know it's not Wood, but it's a generic. Anyway, he'll score goals. So
He'll score goals. Him.
him and Brophy will score enough. I think to solidify.
I mean, they have lost a few players, but St Mirren. I think with Jim Goodwin, they'll.
You think we who? Stephen Robinson?
Yeah, I know. As soon as I said it, I just fucking realised.
How fucking out of date are you?
Jim
But,
Goodwin. Jim Newins.
Like, Stephen Robinson.
Jim Goodwin.
He has been reunited with, quite a few of his old players. A few of his old teammates that he played with at Motherwell. Well, no, he didn't play with them, but he managed them. He's brought them in. Declan Gallagher was good at Motherwell. He's managed to get him in for a free. Mark O'Hara, pretty good at Motherwell. He's got him in for a free. Trevor Carson, who used to be at Motherwell before he went to Dundee United, that didn't work out, and they managed to bring him in. So, St Mirren have brought in some players that I think will do an okay job for them, but I just don't see them finishing. I think the teams...
They have lost Alnwick. He's pretty good in nets.
Yeah, lost Kyle McAllister as well, who... Pretty good threat going up front. Alan Power they've lost as well. So, they have lost players, but I think they'll finish 10th. I don't think they'll go down. I think Motherwell and St Johnstone will be a wee bit a level below. But yeah, I don't see St Mirren finishing higher than the other teams.
Next up in 9th place, I went with Livingston.
Me too. Fuck me. What is this? You copying me? I think David Martindale, great manager, love him. But every single season, Livingston sell their better players and they just don't replace them. They don't have the funds to replace them. This season...
They fucking sell out half, 3/4 of their stadium to every other fan.
This season it was Alan Forrest who was, their most creative player, and he's left, he's joined Hearts, and they just have not replaced him with good enough quality. They did bring in Jamie Brandon for Hearts, but again, Jamie Brandon, what's he really going to do? What's he really going to offer? So
I just feel like Martindale's one of the better managers in the league.
He's a character. I like Martindale, and I hope for that reason Livingston never go down. But yeah, no,
Alan Forrest is a huge mess. No ways about it.
Yep, I think Livingston will not. Normally they're up a bit there. They're trying to get into the top 6, but this season I just don't see it. So
yeah. 8th place though, I went with Ross County.
I've went with Hibs.
Fuck Hibs. Alright, so where have you put Ross County?
I put Ross County in 7th.
So where you put Hibs? I know you put them 8th. Alright, I put Hibs 7th.
Right, so it's one of the other. Right, reason why I think Ross County will finish ahead of Hibs. I think Hibs have recruited badly. They brought in Aidan McGeady, who's out already for a couple of months. I think
McGeady spent too many.
Right, David Marshall, right, albeit he is a good goalkeeper, and I'm not going to criticise his age because I think goalkeepers get along. I'd be hypocritical to criticise his age and then praise like McGregor and Gordon, so I'm not going to do that, but I just don't think they've recruited as well. But the main reason why I think Hibs will finish above County is I don't see, what's his name, Declan Johnson?
Aye, yes.
Lee Johnson. I don't see Lee Johnson finishing the season with Hibs. I think he's going to be a failure. I think he'll get sacked, whereas I think Malky Mackay is actually a good manager. He was impressive last season, finished 6th where Ross County got him into the top 6. I don't think he'll get 6th this season, but no, I just see Malky Mackay, Ross County being too good for Hibs.
Alright, fair enough.
I don't think Hibs are going to have a good rebuild this season. I think it's going to be another disappointing season for them. Do you agree with that? Disagree with that?
I'm thinking about it. I mean,
Think about it.
Can it be as bad as last season though for Hibs? Fuck it, we'll put them 8th. But at the same time, I do agree. If Malky Mackay was in charge of Hibs, where would they finish? Easily top 6 in my opinion.
Well, it would depend on the recruitment as well. Yeah, but I think Malky Mackay deserves a job at like a Hibs, Aberdeen. If Robbie Nielsen left Hearts, I would happily take Malky Mackay.
Would you take Martindale?
Probably not. No. I mean, it'd be funny, like, but
I think Martindale with any team in the league playing at Tony Macaroni could probably beat any team in the world.
You know what? Fuck it. I would take the wee junkie bastard. Give him a chance.
Get the junkie.
Who am I to discriminate? Anyway, right, let's
6th
move on.
place.
I put in Kilmarnock.
I've put Cully.
I think Kilmarnock have made a couple of good signings this season. I think Derek McKenzie is one of the most underrated managers in Scotland. And I think Aberdeen are finding it the hard way. Ever since they got rid of him, it's just been downwards for them, downhill. It's been shite, really, isn't it? If you look at Kilmarnock, they brought in Alan Power, brought in Liam Donnelly, brought in players that
They've just brought in the typical Killy hard bastards.
Yeah,
we're on a plastic pitch, no surrender.
Yeah, we're going to fuck you guys up. You know what I mean? You're going to have to come here and fight for the win. And they've re-signed Jordan Jones on loan for Wigan, who...
It's funny, like, because...
His first spell at Kilmarnock, he was great. That's how he earned the move to Rangers. If he does anything, if he plays anything like what he did last time when he played for Kelly, and I would assume that he will, because he should have improved as a player, then I think he will fire Kelly into the top 6. Could arguably be a dark horse for player of the season as well, I think.
Could be, but I mean, he played at St Mirren not so long ago, and he was pretty shite, wasn't he, though? So, when you look at it like that. But 5th place, I went with Aberdeen.
I went with Dundee United.
And why is that? The new farm battling here for 3rd and 4th, or 4th and 5th.
I think Jim Goodwin is a good... I know last season he didn't really perform, but I think Jim Goodwin is good, and I just look at the amount of money Aberdeen have spent and the amount of players they've brought in.
They spent a lot of money, right? I get that.
In comparison to what they've brought in terms
But they've lost by far their 2 best players.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's undeniable they have, like, but I don't know, I've got a feeling these Aberdeen signings are going to be good. I think this could be Aberdeen's season.
See, I'm not really willing to part here. I think Aberdeen's finishing 5th, mate. I think Dundee United's got 4th in the bag.
I'll agree with you then. I can see why you think that.
Yeah. I think well, I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible for Aberdeen not to finish 4th, but I
don't need to argue much. Like, I think Jack Ross is a really good man. I think Hibs shouldn't have sacked him. I think they were fucking stupid. I mean, I look at Hibs and Aberdeen, right? In my opinion, they sacked 2 of the best managers that I think they've had in their recent history. Well, not recent history, even like probably since I've been born. Like, and Jack Ross and McKenzie, and look at how both clubs have went since then.
Shite.
So
downward spiral.
Sometimes I think these clubs just don't understand how good they've got it. You know, it's not everybody can be 1st and 2nd in Scotland. You know, it's just it's not for everybody. And
anyway,
based on that, I know who we're putting 3rd then.
Celtic. I put Celtic 3rd.
I put Hearts 3rd.
I put Celtic.
Did you? Eh?
No.
I was going to tell you why we're not putting Celtic 3rd, but if you're kidding me on, then
I'm kidding you on. It's the Jambos in it 3rd, isn't it?
It is. I think we'll finish 3rd, but I think it'll be tight between the 2 teams below us. I could see it going pretty close to the wire. Like.
Do you think this is the one year where if Hearts weren't in Europe, they could have maybe done something to the top 2, or no chance?
Nah.
What's it going to take? Blood, oil money?
Well, what I don't get is, right... I'm not going to speak on it now, because I'll probably give away my predictions here. But I think Hearts will finish 3rd. I don't know if they'll close the gap. I think Hearts will be better this season than they were last year.
Yeah.
But I think we also got to look at it last year. I mean, I'm not saying Hearts were bad. They weren't. They were good. But, I mean, how much of that 3rd place was down to the rest of the league being absolute shit as well when you think about it? I'm just being honest. I mean, there was literally nobody there to challenge them. The fact that Motherwell finished 5th, I think, and they didn't win a game.
Fucking alarm bells, like.
You know, so yeah, no, I mean, yeah. thought Hearts did good last season, but I think they'll have a lot harder challenge this season.
I'd say this is probably the easiest place to predict.
Hearts?
Yeah, Hearts, yeah, I'd say so.
We'll see. I've seen people say that they might struggle because they've got the guaranteed European football and that could play a factor. It might, but I mean, even then, I still think Hearts will be too good. So we'll see.
We'll see. But coming in, second and first, is it going to be green and white or is it going to be red, white and blue?
Second place, I put Rangers.
Oh, well, second time he disagrees.
You put Celtic?
What?
You put Celtic second.
I think I was going to put fucking Rangers.
I did actually, aye.
Why?
Well, where do you want me to start? Better team, better manager. May I go on?
Yeah, go on. I want to hear a compelling argument.
Alright. Better manager, better team. I'd say they've got a better stadium, bigger fortress at Celtic
They
Park.
touch more kids, I'll give you that one.
I think Celtic Park's more of a fortress than Ibrox. I don't think Celtic would have dropped. I don't think Celtic would have been leading Motherwell 2-0 at Celtic Park. And
fuck, I thought there's that many other teams in the league that fucking did that. So,
no, I mean people are saying that Celtic have. I don't get it, right? Celtic paid 13 million to retain arguably their two best players that they had on loan. So they've maintained them. They've brought them in. They're now like a legit part of the squad. They're permanent signings now. And people have criticised Celtic for paying 13 million for standing still. Yet Rangers sell their best two players, and all Rangers fans are doing is praising the club for making money. I mean, am I missing something here? Celtic have managed to hold on to their best two players, and Celtic have paid money to hold on to their best two players, but Rangers have sold their best two players to gain money. Yet somehow that means Rangers are moving forward, but Celtic's squad standing still. Explain that to us.
Nah, I can't explain it. It's fucking dipshit logic.
And then if we look at the rest of the signings, I think Matondo might be decent. I think Suter's going to be a great signing. I'm not too sure about Lawrence. Who else have Rangers got? Yilmaz. Kolak. Tillman. They're good sight. Honestly, I mean, if Rangers kept Aribo and Bassey and brought in those players, I think it'd be a different story. But I mean, you can't talk about how good Bassey and Aribo were last season and then make out that selling both of them isn't going to be a huge issue.
CJ Novo turned around and said in his feed that Rangers didn't really need Aribo. It's not much of a mess while Bassey is. And I'm not going to turn around and say I think Bassey is more of a mess, but for him to just turn around and say that's a bit fucking ridiculous. Like, is it not?
Would that not be like saying, oh, Morelos won't be much of a miss, or Tavernier won't be much of a miss, or...
Yeah, I mean...
Is Aribo not on the same level as those kind of two?
Exactly, I'd say he is. I mean... Anyway, we're going to disagree here, but...
Oh, no, but hold on, no. Did you, or did you not think that Rangers were going to comfortably get like 3 or 4 in a row?
Oh,
At the start of last season. I think everybody thought that.
But you got to factor in, though, this is more Gio's team. He's had time now.
Yeah, and to me, that's why I think they could arguably get worse. I don't think is Gio an upgrade on Gerrard? And I know you could argue Gerrard was getting a wee bit stale towards the end of his run, like, and I don't think the performances were that great, but...
I mean, you look at Europe, like, and you feel like, aye, but then you look at the league and you're like, no.
Well, this is a league prediction we're doing.
Gio won them a cup, he got them to the Europa League final, and Ramsey fucked it up, so if you look... Well, put it this way, right? Say Rangers win that Europa League final, back to this again. Gio would be looked at as the fucking rock, but now he's looked at as Scotty too high.
Plus, I think Celtic...
Scotty too coldy.
I think Celtic would be better than they were last season.
Yeah, but Celtic are going to get pumped 6 times in the Champions League. Is that not going to knock their confidence?
I don't think they are. I think they're going to qualify.
They're going to win it. They're going to add 2 to their fucking... Well, at least they're going to use their disco lights. I'll give them that. I'll put Rangers second if it makes you happy.
No, sorry. I'll be doing my own prediction, guys. Son of Scotland TV.
No, we have to do it. For fuck's sake, we'll put Rangers second.
No, we'll put Celtic...
No, but they add.
You sure your wee Rangers fans aren't going to be upset with you?
I'll be alright.
Alright,
this is make-believe. the real stuff starts tomorrow.
Alright, well, we'll see. We'll see. I think Rangers...
Well, see, I'll give you this, right? See, based off last season, I think Celtic should win the league. I do truly believe that. Because even in pre-season, I still see the same problems that Rangers had last season. Not really in attack. I feel like they're actually much better in attack. But that's just pre-season. But defensively, it's still there. And you've lost Bassey.
McGregor's a year older. He made about 10 mistakes last season. Now he's going to make about 12, 13.
But Carmen Carter-Vickers gets injured. That Celtic backline's pish. I don't care what anyone fucking says. It's garbage.
Well, that's the area I do think Celtic need to improve.
That's why they're going to get pumped in the Champions League. Fucking Haaland comes up against that. He'll fucking rape all four of them.
And on that note...
Even though I just buried Rangers... I don't know, it's like Rangers, they are pish at the back sometimes, but I just have faith in Rangers.
Who's better going forward? Who's got more goals in the team? I have to think of this.
See, no, it's weird. No, it's actually weird.
Well, you actually...
Celtic score more goals, but when you watch Rangers, they are almost better going forward.
Oh, no, you can't say
Rangers against better opposition, I almost think are better going forward, but Celtic can destroy, I think Celtic pick teams apart, actually set back.
Did you not watch Celtic by Leverkusen?
No, did you not watch Rangers Dortmund? They fucking destroyed them. Rangers can't unlock teams that sit back. Celtic can. Celtic can do it when they play
every team
on
in the
them.
league fucking sits back.
That's my point. That's why they fucking dropped so many points.
But you said they're going to win the league.
But
Indy's predictions and seeing about 280 odd days come fucking back to me.
What
Right?
about tomorrow when they get pumped?
Davy
Martindale fucking...
A Davy Martindale special.
Davy Martindale.
On the plastic pitch.
Injects heroin into 11 Livingston players and they turn into the mental man and lay the smack down. Anyway, closing thoughts there.
I think these league predictions are going to be pretty spot on.
Yeah, love it.
When they change much around.
Change it around town. Till next fucking time!
Peace.